Hello, everybody, and welcome. How are you? So, I've been a very busy lady this morning. I've had stuff going on. I've got stuff that I'm doing and I'm going to do. I've got a very busy day and night planned ahead of me, but I'm trying to get my reacts done early. So, I just got through giving a reaction to Hungry Fat Chick's latest video, and I just posted it. And then there's Chantal. The react that I did to Candy was more on the positive side because I can be a positive reactor. I can give a positive reaction to somebody that they're having their struggles, but they're trying. I support people trying. I support people who are making improvements in their life and they have issues and they have problems and they're trying to fix them. What I cannot give a positive reaction to is to someone who has issues and they have problems, and rather than fixing them, they're glorifying them and monetizing them. And that's the case with Foodie. So I did a positive reaction to Candy because she deserves it. Candy is trying to change her life. She's making positive changes. She's holding herself accountable. She's admitting her mistakes and she's working on fixing them and making things better. And then there's Foodie, who's clearly not trying, who's leaning into the direction of just continuing on a poisonous path rather than turning around and saying, I don't want to be here anymore. So if the reactions that I give to Foodie are kind of on the negative side, that's why. Not because I'm a hateful person. I'm certainly not. It's just that I cannot co sign on someone continuing to hurt themselves and they're doing nothing to stop it. So Foodie did a video called Whole Roasted Chicken and Cheesy Spicy Noodles Mukbang. Yeah, today's going to be one of those days where it's going to put me in a grumpy mood. So if I sound a little bit grumpy, it's not because of y'all. I'm not grumpy at my audience. I'm grumpy at the subject matter. And I'm going to stay grumpy because this is nonsense. It's kind of ridiculous that YouTube, when it comes to being a reactor, we have to tiptoe around YouTube because of their policies. We can't use a lot of curse words. We got to use code words. We got to find ways to talk about things. And at the same time, using code words kind of makes it sound like an idiot. But they're allowing Foodie to do her content on her channel with no problem. Weird parameters, YouTube. Really weird. You're going to put your foot down on all of us who react to Foodie, but not the person that we're reacting to. Very, very strange indeed. So I wanted to show you guys some stuff on Twitter, and some of it's really cool. And then we'll move on to the actual video. But don't expect me to be nice to Foodie today because I'm just not in the mood. I just reacted to Candy, really enjoyed that, and then she posted this video. I'm like, ugh, really? So let's move on to Twitter because I want to show you guys some stuff on Twitter. And some of it will make you smile. I like finding stuff to make you smile. I really do. You got to have some positive with the negative to kind of balance everything out. So for those who want to find me on Twitter, there's my Twitter right there, Wild Girl Sarah. Okay, there's me posting about the react that I did to Candy. You guys want to go watch it. All right, now this is funny from Enzinator. Never seen this before. A cow sliding down a hill, and they did it with such grace. Y'all remember how Foodie rolled down a hill? Look at this, Foodie. An actual cow making its way down a hill with much more grace than you did. Look at the cow. Like, hey, I'm cow sledding. How about that? Well, give me a score. What was my score? Was it a 10? That should have been a perfect 10. Well done. Well done, cow. All right, this is a clip from the video itself from Hidden Truths. Foodie Beauty. So was this considered a meal or a B moment? She ate for 10 people. I honestly don't know where it all goes because with that much, a normal person would feel so sick after consuming that much. There's no traveling for her at all if she continues this behavior, not even home. I'm not inside Foodie's head, But I've been wondering for the longest, is that the plan? Is that her plan to get so big that she becomes bedbound to where she thinks they can't send her home? Because if that is the plan, Foodie, if that is the thinking, trust me, if they tell you to go home, they'll find a way to get you home. If they can't put you on a plane, they'll put you on a train, they'll put you on a ship, but you will be sent home. And you best hope that you don't become bedbound, because if you think Salah is going to take care of you in that state, he won't. He's not a nurse. He doesn't have any medical training to know how to bathe you and feed you and take care of you. If you can't get out of bed, I would not be using that as a master plan of any kind. You want your mobility for many reasons. Don't think that becoming bedbound is going to make you be stuck in a country with Salah and they can't get you out, because if they want you out, they'll find a way. So let's watch the clip from Hidden Truths.
Hello. Hi, baby gal. Of course, she's gonna want this whole chicken, aren't ya?
And that's another thing, Foodie. You sit there and you eat in front of the cat. And then there are moments where you'll feed the cat some of what you're eating. And then you get annoyed at Julia because you've got her conditioned to eating food that you give her while you're eating it. You're training her to certain behaviors, and then you get mad at her for responding in ways in which you've trained her to respond. Don't do that. Don't set her up to be punished that way. If you don't want her eating your food while you're eating it during your videos, you got to unlearn that behavior. You use food as a way for Julia to interact with you, and then you get mad at her for coming at the food when you're the one that started the whole doggone thing. It's not right. Okay, so here's something cool from Lakota Man. Here's something you guys have probably have never seen before. I've never seen it before. I think it's awesome. Pre-colonization glass gem corn indigenous to North America, regrown by a Cherokee farmer in Oklahoma. This particular corn is a mix of ancient Pawnee, Osage, and Cherokee varieties. Indigenous agriculture techniques were amazing. Agree? Absolutely. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. So I just want to show that with you guys. Just something you've never seen before that's just beautiful to look at. It looks almost unreal. Almost like a painting. All right. So what do we have here? All right. All right. So this is something that I posted. So Foodie had somebody comment on one of her videos, kind of flirting with her, and they used the name Jason Fish. Here's the problem. The picture that was used under that account is of somebody who's well known, somebody who has a Instagram following over 2 million people. And I recognized the face right off because I've known about this person for years. And I've been following their content. So the person's name, the actual person, is Brock O'Hearn. I saw the picture and I clocked it. I'm like, I know who that person is. And there's no possible way that they're into Foodie or even know about her. So here's the account, Jason Fish. This is the picture they used. Now look at this. Same picture. Foodie, if you made a sock of a model, of a person, trying to make Salah jealous or to give off the impression that a hot young guy was following you, using the picture of somebody who's well known, who's done movies, is stupid. It's really stupid. And I've heard around the way that this person has found out that his picture is being used and he is none too pleased at all. And I don't blame him. You know, like from what I've seen of Brock, he's a really nice guy. He's very down to earth, doesn't mess with anybody, no drama there. And you're trying to bring him into girl world. What the heck is wrong with you? Leave Brock alone. But there you go, folks. That is the Jason Fish account that people are talking about. There's the picture that was used for the profile picture. There's the actual picture on the actual account. Boom. All too easy to find out, Foodie. Try to make Salah jealous. Trust me, he don't care. He's not emotionally invested in you. All he cares about is that paycheck. That's as far as it goes. That's as far as it's gonna go. Oh, how about this? From Mrs. Floopy Booty. Is it my imagination or is there a wee little box mountain starting up next to her bed? Y'all look. So anybody who's been watching Foodie for the longest, we remember Box Mountain. And then it became Box Mountain 1, Box Mountain 2, Box Mountain 3. She had Box Mountains all over the villa. So here she is in Kuwait. We're starting another mini Box Mountain, Foodie. You didn't get enough of that at the villa back in Canada. You're doing it again. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to be so sloppy? Why do you have to be so dirty? You're in a new place, in a new country. You can't keep things clean. Why are you so vulgar and feral? Ugh. But there we go, folks. That might be the start of Box Mountain. Salah, if I were you, I would not let that continue, bro. Because that can get nasty real quick with bugs and vermin and all that. All right. So okay, I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So that's it for everything on Twitter. Let's go on over to the actual video itself, shall we? Okay. Remember what I said. I'm in no mood to be nice to Foodie today. I'm really not. After reacting to Candy and seeing her and the fact that she is really, really trying and she's holding herself accountable, she's doing the doggone thing, and then to look at this one who's not trying at all, who's leaning into hurting herself rather than healing herself, it just makes me mad. So yeah, I'm going to be a bit crabby today, but it has nothing to do with any of you. So just know that. Let's go.
Normally, no. There we go. Okay. Now.
Okay, so before we even get started, why? Just why? Why do you have these noodles in that big of a bowl? Is it for the subset of people in your audience that they're into you eating large portions of food? And why do you need this much chicken? That's a big chicken. Why do you even need it? You got this big old bowl of noodles and you got the chicken. You know, I have a roommate and sometimes we'll go to the grocery store and get the rotisserie chickens, and they're not even half the size of that one, and we'll both split it and we're completely fine. But an entire whole doggone chicken and noodles, you can't tell me that's a portion for one person, Foodie. You just can't.
We're going to say Bismillah and have some Coca-Cola. Sorry about the drinking noises. I'm really sad because I realized I need to eat broccoli with these noodles now. Since I tried it, air fried broccoli with salt and pepper and butter, but I have no broccoli left. I ate it all. I thought I got another bag. Anyway, so here I have some.
Oh, tell the truth. You did not care about the broccoli. Use that excuse to eat more noodles. Listen, can I ask you something, Foodie? If you wanted to eat the chicken and the noodles, why couldn't you just take some of the chicken off the bone and put it in with the noodles? Why do you have to have an entire chicken sitting right next to you? Is it for those people in your audience that like to see you eat food? You got to have a big doggone bowl in front of you, an entire chicken next to you to make them happy. You're trying to signal them, hey, look, I'm somebody that likes to eat a lot of food. Look, there's a whole lot of food in front of me. Kind of seems like it. You can't sit there and say this is a portion for one person. It absolutely isn't. You could have put some of that chicken in with the noodles. Maybe just use one packet of the noodles versus two. Put the rest of the chicken away and use that for something else.
Spicy cheesy noodles from Sam Yang. Okay, you saw how I made.
I'm sorry, I've eaten ramen before. That's got to be at least 2 packets.
Those in my vlog. If you didn't check it out, they're kind of all stuck together right now.
That's because you probably added a crap ton of cheese. That's not something from the packet. She added a crap ton of cheese to that.
Yum. And I have this chicken, okay?
Yeah, and?
It's a little chicken.
No, it is not a little chicken.
This is the sauce.
What sauce? That looks like juice.
It's like a butter, olive oil mixed with all kinds of spices. Paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of curry powder.
I wouldn't call that sauce. I really wouldn't. It's just sitting in a puddle of something.
Coriander. And I stuffed the chicken with these onions. So let me take them out of the cavity. Sounds good, doesn't it? Cavity. Yeah. Yum. They smell good, actually.
I don't know what she's trying to prove. I don't think she cooked that. I think she got that from somewhere. Maybe that's takeout, because that does not look like something Foodie would cook.
I really stuffed the crap out of this chicken with onions. So hopefully it helped.
Well, I'm curious, if you don't like onion, why did you stuff the chicken with onion? Because you're just taking it out like you're not going to eat it. What was the point of that?
And okay, I don't like the dark meat, so I'm going to save that for Salah. But I'm going to...
Do you really think he's going to eat anything after you with your dirty, filthy hands? I don't know why you come on camera and you try to sell to us that I'm going to say part of this for Salah, when A, he probably doesn't even live there. He just visits from time to time. 2, he knows how filthy you are. He's not going to touch anything that you've touched. You're always trying to sell to us, I'm going to say part of this food for Salah, when we know it's you eating it.
I'm going to see about getting this wing off here. Yes, that was easy. Okay. I'm going to save him the legs. I usually butterfly or quarter the chicken.
Hey, hold on a minute. I just realized something. So Foodie was complaining yesterday about not having a sharp knife in the house. What's that in her hand? A knife. So what's your excuse now for not doing healthy cooking, Foodie? There's a knife right there.
Which I've become pretty accustomed to. See how that just comes off a nice thigh here? Wait, is it still attached? For Salah. A little bit of the neck came with it, but whatever.
Oh. She's got an entire chicken sitting on that plate. Look at the portion she cut for Salah. Oh, I'm going to give him a leg. The rest is mine. Oh, how generous you are, Foodie. You know, your little acts of charity. Here, I'm going to give you a little skinny leg, and I'll eat the rest. Oh, you're such a generous person.
So I'm going to see here about a piece of white meat for the cats because she loves chicken.
Yeah, but you stuffed that chicken full of onion. I don't know if that onion's going to get all through the meat. Would she want to eat it if it tastes like onion? Because I don't know if onions are good for cats. Let me just check really quick. Can cats... I'm just curious, cats eat onions? Okay, under no circumstances should a cat eat onions. Onions, along with garlic, chives, and leeks, are all in the allium family and are poisonous to cats. And while onion poisoning occurs in dogs as well, cats are much more susceptible. So, Foodie, you sat there and you stuffed that chicken full of onion. You should not be feeding that to Julia. Big no-no. And I know you're not feeding her an actual onion, but you stuffed it full of onion and the juices might get into the meat. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't give that to Julia. No, ma'am, don't do it.
No, you love chicken, honey. It's hot. And there can't be any spice on it.
No.
So, okay. Well, without further ado, let's dig into this chicken.
You better hope that she doesn't get sick off of that. You better hope.
I'm going to see if an onion would be good on it.
You know, I can't believe you're a cat owner. And most pet owners, they do research on what their pets can eat and what they can't eat. You just eat stuff and you just throw it at Julia and you don't do any homework about, is this okay? Is this something that my pet would be okay with? Are they going to get sick from it? You need to look more into that, Foodie. That chicken was stuffed with onion. And those juices might get into the meat. And if she ingests it, that might be bad for her.
Mm. That's some good stuff. That sure is. I can make a good chicken these days. Oh my gosh, more onions are coming out. I didn't have very many other vegetables to stuff it with, honestly. The skin.
Why not? You guys just went to go shopping. You got a variety of produce. Usually when people go shopping, they are planning their meals around what they buy. What you should do is if you or a salon goes shopping, you should start, just think in your head, what meals am I going to plan for the week? And base your list on that. Like buy things that pertain to entire meals.
Mmm. Very good. So, just enjoying dinner with you guys. Just a normal day. A wing. Whoa. You know. Domestic goddess life today.
You're not that domestic. You're feral. And I got a serious question for you, Foodie. How do you not get bored living this way? You have nothing to do all day except scroll on your phone. You sit down and do these videos where you're just eating in front of the camera, and this is every day. How do you not get bored living like this? That there's absolutely nothing in your life that you look forward to. There's nothing that you do except sit down on the floor in front of that broken, busted blue couch with the box on your lap and eat. How do you not get bored? I think it's easy to see why you're grumpy and crabby all the time because you got nothing else going on but that.
With my personal life so private and so normal for the first time in forever,
That's not normal. The life that you have going on is not normal. This is not normal. I don't know who told you it was normal, but it's not. This is not normal. To sit there and have a problem with food and monetize it, to lean into it versus fixing it. This is not normal. Knowing you have a problem, knowing you're on a platform that now they're getting more and more policies to say you can't capitalize on it, and you being so determined to capitalize on it, you're trying to tiptoe around things and try to find ways to continue doing harmful behavior. Not normal. You know you should fix it, and yet you don't want to because you are determined to hang on to it and keep doing it. Not normal.
Really, like, weird to me. And love this sauce. Sometimes I'm just not even sure what to share with you guys, what to talk about, you know?
Because you have no life. That's why. You're not sure what to share with us or what to talk about because there's nothing going on. You're in Kuwait. If you were in better health, you could do more. You could show us more. Things that are fun, things that are exciting, things that are different. You could be that person and say, I'm in a different country. Let me show you a different culture. Let me show you the people. Let me show you the places that maybe where you are, you would not be able to see, that you would be able to experience through me. But you went to Kuwait to essentially do the same things that you were doing in Canada. So the location is different, but the behavior is the same. And you're just as bored in Kuwait as you were in Canada, which is not Kuwait's fault. There are other people that have shown things in the Middle East, and it's a lot more exciting. Not so much through your eyes, though.
Because, yeah, like, for example, if I do travel somewhere,
Where?
I'm just gonna, like, do a video or live stream from where I am when I'm there, you know? Mm. And yeah,
Chantal, at this point in time, even if you went to a different country, what would you show us? What would you be doing? Let's just say you went to Thailand, which you and Salah have talked about. If you went to Thailand, you would get to a new location, find a room, find a home, and just basically squat there. You wouldn't leave the house or the room. You wouldn't go travel out in the open. You wouldn't be around people. You feel awkward around people. You feel awkward about yourself. You don't know just to be around people. Wherever you go, it's the same behavior, it's the same tactics. You talk about being a world traveler, which is fine if you want to travel. That's a great thing to travel, see places, do things. That should be motivation enough for you to want to fix your life, to live that kind of life. You could have lived it long ago, but you chose this route. But this is the extent of your traveling. Going to a new location, doing the same behaviors, which is making you more secluded and introverted and just, shacking up in a room and eating.
now my last video, I do want to say, maybe I don't know. I got this comment from a fellow Muslim woman who's like cursing me out and giving me major crap.
Okay, I doubt that. If this person was Muslim, I doubt they were cursing you out. Because although you claim to be a newly reverted Muslim woman and you're making up your own rules as you go, you keep moving the goalpost. There are other people who are truly Muslim. I seriously doubt they use profanity with you. Maybe they were giving you criticism because of the way that you are saying that you're a newly reverted Muslim woman, but you're coming on camera and you're being gluttonous, which is haram, and you're using curse words and you're gossiping and slandering and being hateful. Maybe that person who is a true Muslim woman, they're taking issue with all of that just because you're claiming to be part of that faith and yet you are acting badly in public. Maybe that's why.
Saying I'm using the hijab as a bib, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because it's awful. I'm not even Muslim, and I think that's horrible. You should not be using the hijab as a bib. That's not what it's for. And if you need a bib, is there no towels in the house at all that you can't drape around yourself? You can use that for, for cleanliness, but also to protect your clothing. You came on camera and you said to all of us, I'm using the hijab as a bib, which is wrong, Chantal. It is so wrong on so many levels. So if somebody who is a Muslim woman has something to say about that, pay attention.
Look, I was just happy that my long hijab captured some of the food instead of my shirt. That's all.
Maybe you should eat in such a way to where you're not that sloppy. Maybe you shouldn't be catering to that subset of people in your audience. They want to see you eat because that's exactly what you're doing. You being sloppy like that, they love that. But if you're going to do that, put a towel around you. If you insist on doing that, put a towel over you or something to where you are not disrespecting the hijab and what it means to other people. How about that? Nobody can stop you with the content you're doing on YouTube. But if you're going to do it, take off the hijab. Or if you're going to keep it on, protect it to where it's not getting messed up.
I would have preferred nothing get dirty.
Then eat right. Why don't you eat right? You're almost 40 years old. Everybody says you eat like a toddler. And yes, toddlers are messy, but eventually they grow up and they realize, hey, I got to eat right. I can't be messy, but you're almost 40 and you still eat like a child. Can you eat without making a mess? Is it that impossible?
But no matter what, people just assume the worst.
It's not a matter of assuming the worst. It's the fact that you show us the worst. You do these videos and you're messy and you're sloppy and you're feral and you're vulgar and you're hateful. So, what exactly are we assuming, y'all? What are we assuming when she makes these videos? She's showing us this behavior. We're not assuming anything. Like I'm reacting to her right now. You guys can see her, you can hear her. I'm not just getting on camera and saying things and not reacting to the video and just putting my thoughts out there. I'm putting my thoughts out there as she's talking. So, where exactly is the assumption? When she makes these videos and she's got that moment before she posts the video where she can watch it and say, you know what? This doesn't look right. This doesn't sound right. Maybe I should edit that out. Maybe I should blur this out. Maybe it not be a good idea to show this. She's in control of her content. So whatever she posts on her channel, she's in control of. And she puts it out there. So whatever she puts out there, she's given the okay when she posts it that everything in that video people can see and people can remark on.
From me. And they're like, how dare you? It's so not Muslim of you. And they were like, they had this like resting bitch face, like,
Again, here's this newly reverted Muslim woman using this foul language. And you wonder why people of the Muslim faith have a problem with you. You are disrespectful to the Muslim faith and the Muslim people. Coming on camera, filthy, sloppy, dirty, gluttonous, using foul language, being hateful, being slanderous. You wonder why they got a problem with you. It's because you're doing this kind of stuff right here.
and I could just hear them. You're not a real Muslim. How dare you use the hijab as a bib? And it's like, lady, do you realize that real Muslims also, if you want to play that game, which I don't judge people on, or try not to, on certain things, that one woman from that marriage is halal. Yeah, I judged her because, not judging her, but just giving my opinion how.
No. The first statement was true. Don't try to walk it back. you were judging her. Because that's what you do with other women. You judge them. You're jealous and you're insecure and you're sticking your nose where it's not wanted and not needed. You're giving your opinions and your feelings on somebody else's marriage where you shouldn't. So you feel free to look at another woman and judge her marriage. And then you have the absolute nerve to come to all of us. And when we're looking at your situation, we give our thoughts, feelings, and opinions, but that's a problem. So you can talk about another woman and that's okay, but we can't give our thoughts and feelings about you. Suddenly that is a problem. You can't have it both ways, Chantal. You really can't. You are a vicious, mean-minded creature when it comes to people, but especially women. You look at other women as being competition, even if they're not competition, even if they have no interest in your man. They could just walk by you and your man, and if they're halfway attractive, you're going to go into a rage. Just because the moment you see that woman, whether it's in person or online, you have that gut check moment where inside you look at yourself and you think to yourself, she's prettier than me, or she's more attractive than me, and whatever man I'm with might want to be with her. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But whatever you are as a female, you don't feel secure inside. You know there are things wrong. You know you could be better in a lot of ways, but you don't want to fix yourself to where you have that side of security and comfort. No, you want to project your insecurity and jealousy on other people and you turn it into hate. You hate other women. Even if they got nothing to do with you and don't know you exist, you're still hateful.
I find it annoying that she's like promoting, trying to encourage um, women to allow their man multiple.
Why are you still going on about her? You talked about her once. Why are you still going on about her? Why is this even a topic now? Why? What does it matter to you what she's doing in her life that has nothing to do with you? Chantal just gets this, like her brain just misfires. She'll find somebody that doesn't even know she's out there. She's got all kinds of hateful things to say. I honestly think that Chantal looks for things that she can hate on and she can criticize to distract herself from the things in her life that she needs to work on.
Wives, how encouraging adultery. That's different, you know. But this woman was just like, it's like they don't, real Muslims don't go on like other Muslims' pages and berate their fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. Okay.
Maybe they were trying to correct you. You ever think about that? Look, you went over there and you decided to be a newly reverted Muslim woman, even though I think we can all agree she's not shown any kind of respect to the Muslim faith and the Muslim people, nothing at all. If you guys want me to be honest, here's what I think is going on. And I dare you to argue with me, Chantal. I dare you. I think that you're catering to that certain audience of people that like to see you eat. There are some people that cater to those people. You're one of them. And there's a lot of competition in that field as far as people doing that kind of content for people who like to watch it. I think you decided to go even further. You decided to take a unique angle because finding a Muslim woman doing that kind of content is unique because gluttony is frowned upon in the Muslim faith. So you tried to find a unique angle to do that content, something different because people who are looking for that interest are always looking for something different. You try to make yourself stand out. So you try to use the whole I am a newly reverted Muslim woman to make yourself stand out and to be able to charge more money for it. Tell me I'm wrong. You know, I'm speaking some truth here. Trying to use the fact that you're a supposed Muslim woman as a selling point to get more money for certain kinds of content. So those that are truly Muslim, of that Muslim faith, when you get on camera and you're saying, yeah, I'm using the hijab as a bib, yeah, they're going to take offense to that because that's not what it's for. But you're using it as a bib because you're catering to that audience of people who are looking for certain kinds of content and they want to see you get sloppy because they dig that.
Okay, so
In essence, you're using a certain faith in order to make more money with certain kinds of content. And that's just foul to do that.
the hypocrisy is always real. Anyway, beyond that, um, mm, I honestly, um, really just want to stay away from all kinds of drama. I made a community post. You know, I always do this cycle of like, I guess essentially giving haters what they want from me, some attention, a raise.
Oh, stop it. Cut the crap, Chantal. It's not that we want drama from you, it's that you can't stop yourself from giving it to us. Stop the crap. When drama and controversy and toxicity have been the foundation of your channel from the get. You know, you started your channel a long time ago. Anybody can go back to your content and see the very beginnings of your channel. Like anybody else on YouTube in the very beginning, you were kind of feeling things out. You know, you were exploring your content. You did a variety of content. You did some video game playthroughs, which that was shocking to me, but yes, you did them. You did makeup looks, you did shopping hauls. You were trying things out, which is normal for somebody getting on YouTube and they're not quite sure what they want to do with their channel. And then you stumbled upon the mukbang thing. And you got a lot of attention for that. And you got a large audience of people. So you decided to stick with that and abandon everything else. And then you realize that that kind of content was attracting that crowd of people that are looking for people who eat a lot on camera. And you started catering to them and you haven't stopped. Even though your health is getting worse and you're gaining more weight, you just won't stop catering to them. But along the way, doing that, you saw that drama and controversy got more attention. You love being the center of attention. So as far as those of us that react to you, whether it's a reactor or an audience member, we're not asking for the drama. We're not asking for the toxicity. It's something you insist on giving to us again and again and again. We don't want to be triggered. We don't want you to talk about triggering topics like DV and SA and now BED. We don't want that. The content that you do does not affect you. It affects other people. I've seen it in the comments. People get triggered, they get affected. You don't care as long as you make money. But nobody's asking for drama. It's just that you insist on just giving it to us again and again and again because let's be real. If YouTube came to you tomorrow and said, Chantal, you cannot eat on camera anymore. and you can't be hateful. Take those two things away. What would your content be? What else could you show us? What could you do? If you stripped away the toxicity and the triggering and the food, there'd be nothing left. You're boring. There, I said it. You're boring. You're not talented. You're not creative. You just know how to eat on camera, and it makes you money. So you stick with that. Because if you took that away, there'd be nothing else that you could go to. If there was something else, you would have shown it by now. That's not me being harsh and hateful. That's just me being real.
Age or reaction, whatever they call it. Any reaction they get is considered a reach to them. So
now, you know what? As far as your rages anymore, you're so out of breath and out of energy, you can't even rage right. The rages that we see anymore, you don't even have the energy for. It's just you being annoyed and irritated, needing something to talk about, something different. So it's not a real rage. I've seen you in a real rage. Ooh, have I seen you in a real rage? Boy, you just let go and you will not stop. The rages that we see now are not true rages. It's just you faking a rage. That's what that is. You faking a rage. I got to fake being in a rage. Maybe that'll get me some views and super chats. Fake rages. Because you don't even have all of your energy anymore to really feel full on rage.
I love these onions. They're like a bit sweet. Perfectly cooked chicken.
And by the way, Chantal, those fake rages are boring too. That's not even getting it done no more. It doesn't lead to a whole lot of super chats or a whole lot of views, does it?
I love it.
And can I just give some criticism here? Y'all, I think it's absolutely ridiculous and stupid to sit there and put those noodles in that big of a bowl. She can't even reach over the top of it. Why? Why not put those noodles on a plate or a regular bowl? Why does it have to be in a super huge bowl when you got to sit there and reach over the top of it to try to get some of them out? It is stupid.
And over a period of time, if I don't react, they try to, just make things up or make things look a lot worse, take it out of context.
Wait a minute, what are we making up? How can we make things up if we put on your video and we're playing your video in a react, whether it's a video like right here or a live chat? We're playing your video, people can see and hear you, and we're just giving our thoughts, feelings, and opinions. What are we making up? Now, as far as the theories and speculation, that's just us filling in the holes of what could be happening because you won't give us the truth. You won't give us the full truth. And you do things that don't make sense. You've even gone so far as to post your content like out of context, out of order, trying to keep us confused. You'll do content and mix it all up so we can't keep track of anything because people in the reaction community, we're eagle-eyed. We'll notice details. And so to keep people from noticing too many details and putting things together, you'll purposely mix up your content. Yeah, we've caught on to that too. You hate the reaction community because you hate mirrors, Chantal, not just physical mirrors, not just the mirrors that you look into when you're doing your makeup, but any kind of mirror, anything that shows your true reflection. And you know that the reaction community functions as a sort of hall of mirrors at you. You walk into that hall of mirrors, there's mirrors everywhere, and you don't like it. You don't like people reflecting yourself back at you and preventing you from changing the narrative all the time. That's why you have such a hatred for the reaction community, because literally there are hundreds of eyes that function as mirrors, and you can't control those people, and you can't control all the opinions and the feelings of people. You can't do that. You don't have that much control. You have control over yourself, and you certainly don't have control over us. So if we come forward with our theories and our speculation, we're just trying to fill in the holes between all of your lies to try to make it all make sense or give insight to things that are bizarre.
Julia. So, I mean, there's no point, really. Because after a while, I hate how I've behaved myself, you know?
You know what she hates? The fact that she gets called out so much for the lies that she tells. People who are narcissists, they get the most angry when A, they can't control people that they want to control, and B, if people get too close to the truth. If they lie and lie and lie, which she does, she gets the most angry when she loses control over someone, or people that are looking at her lies, they get too close to the truth. So she blows up and then she gives up. She's like, oh, I'm not going to react to these people anymore, because her lies have backed her into a corner and she doesn't know where to go with that. How about telling us the truth? And you wouldn't get so mad. If you tell us the truth, you wouldn't get exposed for lying so much, Chantal. You may think you're the smartest person in the room, but you're actually the dumbest, because you're not a good liar. And you got all kinds of people watching you. And you're not that smart of a liar to where you look at every detail and you're covering everything up. Things are constantly being pointed out. And yet you won't take the simple route and go, you know, I'm a bad liar. I'm really bad. I can't keep track of all of my lies. I might as well just stop. Why not just stop lying? Why not just tell the truth? If you tell the truth, it's a lot easier to remember what you said than a bazillion lies that you use to cover up the truth.
Even if others do crappy things to you, they only really win if they get your attention. And that's honestly, like, it's a hard lesson to learn online.
So why haven't you learned it?
It really is. And if you keep repeating a cycle with something, I think it's because you really haven't learned how to deal with something.
Words out of the mouths of babes. So you keep going on this cycle over and over and over again. Why haven't you learned? Why haven't you learned by now? You're not a child, you're an adult. Why haven't you learned? Why haven't you learned that you just can't keep lying to people? You lie to people, you get exposed, yet you continue to lie. You eat in front of a camera, you get called out for it, you keep getting criticized for it, then you get mad for getting called out for it. Your defense is, I'll do what I want. And yeah, do what you want. But understand that you're doing what you want on a public forum. And there are people in the public that are not going to agree to it. They're not going to co-sign on it, and they're going to have their criticisms. So if you want to do this kind of content on your channel on a public forum because you're expecting the public to support you and pay for it, you're going to get criticism. So either learn to deal with the criticism better or continue this ridiculous madness cycle of, I'm going to do this kind of content. I know I shouldn't be doing it. It's against the rules, but I insist on doing it. People are not going to like it. They're going to say something about it. And either I can choose to ignore it or continue to be rage about it. And the raging just makes no sense.
So, and yes, I know in anything I do in my life, eating, whatever, at the end of the day, I can just really turn everything off and just live my life, which I've been doing.
You're not living. This isn't living to me. You sitting on your floor in front of that blue couch eating this way is not living your life. You're just existing. Living your life means you're going out and doing things and being happy. Are you happy, Chantal? Because from everything I've seen with your time in Kuwait, honestly, you don't seem happy. You're mad all the time. You're bored. This is not living to me. This is just existing. You get up to eat and put it on YouTube to make money, but that is not living. You cannot sit here in front of this camera and say, I'm living. I'm living my life. I'm happy. This does not look like happy. This is just, I'm making a paycheck just to keep everything going in my life because without that paycheck, everything would fall down. And I'm going to say something harsh to you, and maybe you watch my videos, maybe you don't. But I'm going to say something harsh. And it's not coming from a hateful place, just a truthful place. And truth is something you need in your life right now because you're surrounded by too many enablers and yes men. Those people in your audience that support this crap, that encourage you to eat, are they going to be there for you if you end up in the hospital, seriously ill? Are they going to be there holding your hand when you're sick? Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think they're going to be feeling guilty for encouraging this? No. But are they going to be there for you if you have a really bad moment and you're in the hospital alone? Because you will be there alone. Salah's not going to be in the hospital with you if you go. And he's certainly not going to take care of you if you become bedbound. Like I said, he's not a nurse. He doesn't have any medical training. He's a young man. Taking care of somebody who's bedbound is a big responsibility. You got to sit there and feed the person. You got to make sure they don't get bed sores. You got to bathe them, change their bedpan. If they have to use the bathroom, is he going to do all that for you? Do you think he's going to be willing to do that for you? I don't think he is. I think if that happens, he's not going to want to do it. Or if he tries to, he's going to get overwhelmed and he's going to bail. Then what will you do? He doesn't love you. He's never loved you. He's just around for a paycheck. If you don't have your paycheck, he'll find someone who does have one. Because he's young and he's got options. Do you? Do you have many options if things go sideways? Think about that for a minute.
I'm really too busy to be bothered with these things. I know you don't see my life much anymore, but we do a lot of things. And
Like what? What do you do? What can he do with you? What can Salah do with you? Chantal, think about that. You're over 500 pounds. You have limited mobility. Just walking from your living room to your kitchen, you're out of breath. You have a hard time breathing just walking across a room. You go out only at night. And even then, the trips are very short. You're not comfortable with yourself. You don't want people looking at you. You don't want anybody being around. What exactly can Salah do with you with all of those things considered? You're not really in a position where you can do much with him or even by yourself. I would think someone like yourself, you've got a younger husband, you want to keep up with him, that you would start getting in better health so you could do more with him, because from everything I've seen of Salah, he's bored. He is so bored and he's so irritated. He wants to go out and live life and he cannot do it with you. You wanted the younger husband, you got the younger husband. But understand this, with everything that is you, with everything going on right now, you are a burden. You are not much fun. All you care about is food. Eating food on camera to make that money. All you are is a paycheck to him. I look at things in your world as an upside down pyramid. Consider everything in your world to be an upside down pyramid, where you got the big point, like the bigger base at the top, and everything is balanced on one little point at the bottom. And if that one little point, which is the paycheck, disappears, the whole thing falls down. That one little point is keeping Salah with you. That one point goes away. If you end up in the hospital and you can't do stuff on YouTube, the money goes away or goes down, he's gone. Everything in your world is based around your money. There's nothing else that will save you. Nothing else that will come to your aid.
It's just that we prefer to keep a lot of these things private, which is why I don't go live as much anymore. You know?
Maybe you don't go live because there's nothing to talk about. When you do go live, you get on camera and you basically babble, smoking your shisha in a very offensive way, blowing the smoke at the camera. You've got nothing to talk about. Nothing. So what's the point? Even when you do videos to trigger people and then you go live because you're looking for those hate super chats, they're not coming in as much these days, are they? Because that's something you used to do. You would do something to get people riled up, and then you purposely go live looking for those hate super chats. But people are catching on to what you're doing, and they're not falling for it. The old tactics are not working. This mundane, boring content is no longer working. That's a sign you need to change things up. You need to offer the public something new, something fresh, something they can get into, rather than sticking to the same old thing that's just not working anymore. The same scammy, grifty tactics are not working, Chantal. People are bored. They're bored of the same old drama. They're bored of the toxicity. They're bored of you. If you want that money, you got to earn it now. That whole year, when you were doing things with Natter and you were on the edibles and you were half coherent, you got carried by the reaction channels. Believe that. If it hadn't been for the reaction channels that you hate so much, trying to keep things interesting when they weren't, your channel would have tanked a long time ago. So you're welcome. Okay? You're welcome. But you got a pass for a long time and you were still able to make money. But it's getting to the point where, hey, there's only so much that we reaction channels can do with your content. At some point, you got to take over and drive. You can't be riding shotgun or in the back seat looking out the window doing nothing. You got to take an active role in making your content interesting. There's only so much magic that we can do with your stuff. Stop being lazy and saying to yourself, oh, eating is easy content. Maybe it is but it's also boring. And you do it too much. Just like when you did the live streams back to back to back for over a year, that got boring real quick. When you going to learn doing the same thing over and over again? After a while, people get bored. They don't want to watch anymore. You got to switch it up.
And I like videos for that reason, that you can just control.
Now you're getting to the point now where you're so lazy. You don't want to spend an hour on live stream talking to people. You just want to sit down for about 15, 20 minutes, eat your food, and call it a day. That's how lazy you are. I don't want to spend an hour talking to people. Those people who have bought memberships on my channel, I don't want to talk to them. I just want to collect the money. You won't even take an hour to talk to those people that are paying their memberships. You just want to make food videos and get paid for that and collect the membership money.
What you put out there more, like with editing and stuff? Come. Come. Good girl. She's so cute. So yeah, that's that.
Oh, wait a minute. I just spotted something. So y'all saw the tweet I just showed much, much earlier about the box mountain next to her couch. Tell me that you pay attention to Twitter without telling me you pay attention to Twitter. Did you see that tweet, Chantal? The people remarking that you had a box mountain on the side of your couch? Because it's gone now. Yeah, you pay attention to social media.
I don't have makeup on today. I'm trying to wear less. It's hard. And for me, there's no point in wearing makeup if you're just gonna be sweating it off doing housework or whatever.
You don't do housework. Listen, you got a very small place. How long does it take to clean a small place, even from top to bottom? Not long. If you keep it clean, maintenance is easy. It's only when you let it go for a long time it becomes a problem. So don't sit there and try to tell us, oh, I spent all day cleaning. Cleaning what? You don't do anything but eat. What do you have to do? Wash a couple of glasses, maybe bag up the trash. How long does that take? Really?
In the kitchen with the hot oven. Mm. I love chicken.
Use your fork, you beast.
My favorite. When it comes to animal products, it's my favorite. Besides dairy.
Look at that. Food all over her abaya.
This cat. I swear. You guys like onions?
Don't sit there and complain about Julia. You sat there and you gave her food that you were eating. Then you have the nerve to complain about her. If you don't want her to respond in a certain way, don't train her to that behavior, Chantal. It's your fault.
I'm starting to like them a lot more than I did. Mm. They kind of just caramelize inside of the chicken. Mm. Very sweet.
That's making me really nervous. There were onions all through that chicken, and I really hope that Julia doesn't get any taste of that onion juice because that's really dangerous for her.
Mm.
Like, why would you stuff a chicken full of onions if you're going to give the chicken to a cat? I could really make her sick.
Look how tender that is. I prefer an overcooked chicken to an undercooked chicken. I cannot do undercooked. No. Uh-uh. So we'll see. How long I can stay drama free for.
I gave it about 3 days, less than that.
You know.
Chantal needs the drama. She gets bored. Okay? Drama for her is exciting. It is exciting for her. That's why she can't stop doing it. Like I said, there's nothing else in her life that makes her happy or that she can use to preoccupy her time. So drama for her equals excitement. And she loves to rage. She's got an anger problem and she's got to let that anger out. So for her, getting online and expressing her anger at people that are not physically in front of her, she can scream at us and we can't scream back. She feels safe letting her anger out that way. But in my opinion, Chantal, all that anger you're expressing, you got a lot of self loathing and self hate. I don't think you like yourself nor you love yourself. And that is why you can't be alone because you can't stand your own company. So you have to have somebody around to distract yourself from how much you don't like yourself. All of that hatred coming out of you is just the hatred that you have for yourself inside and you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with what might be wrong and what needs to be fixed. You don't want to fix things that are broken on the inside, so you take out your vengeance and your wrath on all of us.
Mm.
I think when she expresses her anger, that's when she feels powerful and in control. She can't control herself, but in those moments where she's angry, that's when she feels the most alive. That's when she feels the most powerful. But showing anger like that, Chantal, just shows you are not powerful and you're weak. You're not as strong as you think you are.
It's a small little chicken.
What? That is not small.
Do you guys prefer dark meat or white meat? I could save the carcass and make a chicken stock.
Yeah, but are you?
And use it for rices and things like that.
Taking a look at what's left, she won't even get that far. She'll eat the rest of it off camera.
Mm.
It's pretty much almost gone now. Look at it. Almost gone. That chicken was huge. And Mama polished it off with no problem.
Flavor town here. So good. With the onion. Mm. Now, don't ask me how long. For me, I never time things. I just know when they're done. I guess from experience.
She likes to talk about she does the intuitive eating, that she has some sort of self control. I might have believed you, Chantal, if you sat down with this meal or showed us preparing it in the kitchen and you said to us, look, I made a whole chicken, but I know that I don't need this whole chicken. I'm going to take half of this and put it away for later, and showed us putting half of that away for later. That would have shown some self control. Doing all of this shows us there's no self control. You put that whole doggone chicken in front of you and that ridiculous bowl of pasta, and you're sitting there eating all of it. There's no sign of I'm trying to control my portions here at all. I'm not trying to diminish my portions. I'm going to keep them at a huge amount.
You know. Okay. Well, I think I'm done with the breast meat. I don't really like the dark meat, so I'll save that for Salah.
He's not going to eat it. Girl, you were touching everything with those filthy fingers, licking your fingers, touching everything. Why would he even consider eating anything you've eaten, knowing how dirty you are? Stop trying to act like you're being so generous and leaving part of that for him. He won't eat it.
They were having a huge sale on the chickens. Like,
Oh, stop. Frugal Fanny activated. She's always saying these things. Oh, I had a good deal on this, and look, I saved money. I'm saving so much money. Where was Frugal Fanny when she was in Canada and she was ordering takeout 3 times a day? Where was Frugal Fanny then? She's trying to act like she's smarter than what she is. But if you were really smart, Chantal, what you would do is look at yourself and say, you know what? Even though this fast food looks like a good deal, it really isn't because it's not good for me. Maybe I should not eat this. Maybe these packs of ramen, which have no nutritional value, maybe I shouldn't buy them. Maybe I should invest in some real proteins and vegetables. That would be smart, Frugal Fanny, versus stupid fast food, Frugal Fanny, looking for ways to include processed food, which are not healthy for me, in my meals. How about that?
I think it was 3 chickens of this size for like $8 would be equivalent. It was like, yeah, a little over $8 Canadian.
And who believes that Chantal's actually going to the store to buy this stuff? It's probably Salah. She probably gives him a grocery list. He's the one that picks all this stuff up, not her. I can't see her walking through a grocery store and buying groceries. She's even said to us that when they go out and do errands, she sits in the car with the AC. Chantal does not have the stamina to walk around a grocery store and go shopping. And she doesn't want people seeing her or looking at her because they would see her without the filters. She's not secure with her appearance. So she's giving Salah a grocery list and saying, I want this, this, and this, go buy it. He goes to buy everything. And then she just cooks it at home or she prepares it at home plus the takeout.
For 3 chickens. They're small, but it's a good deal, in my opinion.
It's not small. I'm sorry, that chicken was not small. It looked huge to me. Huge.
You know. Okay. Have some cold water. Another great deal going on right now if you're in Kuwait, Pinkberry. I tried Pinkberry for the first time the other day, and they had a takeout special where you get take home sour with the sweet kind of.
You know, I would love for Chantal to sit down and watch her own videos. I just watch them back after she posts them. React to your own videos, Chantal. Do it live. Put one of your videos on and react to yourself. Watch yourself. And ask yourself the question, is this entertainment? Is this really content that people are riveted by and entertained by, or is this boring AF? I think if you watched yourself, you would understand why the audience says it's boring and it's repetitive. I would love it if somebody made you watch your food videos one after the other for hours, because then you might get it, how boring this is.
And
By looking at yourself and going, oh my God, I'm sitting there eating food and talking about food, and it's in a boring way. And no wonder people are irritated at me.
I know I look tired. It's because I have no makeup on. When I don't have eye makeup on, my eyes don't pop. Okay. And the hazelnut chocolate or chocolate hazelnut, whatever.
No, you look tired because you are tired, because you're always eating. So all of your body's energy has to be used to digest all that food, and you never stop. Your body does use up a lot of resources and a lot of energy to digest food. And if you're eating up to 6 times a day, that's where all the energy is going. That's why you're sluggish. On top of the fact the food that you eat is unhealthy. So you put garbage into your system, you're not going to get much energy from that.
So, yeah, maybe next mukbang I'll show you guys because we still have like most of the chocolate left and half of the lemon meringue because we both prefer that one. They had pomegranate. I wish we got the pomegranate instead of the chocolate, but
This is, you know what, you guys can't see me right now, but I need a crowbar. I need a crowbar to my eyes just rolled in the back of my head when she mentioned having chocolate and meringue. Whew. Salah, you're an idiot. You're a flippin' idiot, bro. You see what's going on here? You got firsthand knowledge of what she looks like and what's going on, and you're bringing her sweets. What do you think that's going to lead to? Like, you are actively participating and enabling what's going on. Do you think, sir, there's going to be a good ending to this story by you doing that? It might lead to catastrophe of it's going to be a catastrophe. Let's put it that way. Not because I'm wishing it upon her, but because Chantal's wishing it upon herself. But you, sir, are enabling this crap. You're not putting your foot down on none of it. So if something happens to Chantal, you're going to be affected in a way that you never thought of. You can't keep telling yes to this one. She takes advantage of that. The best thing for her is if somebody told her no. She needs to hear the word no a lot. She needs to learn that no is healthier sometimes than yes. She's heard yes too many times in her life and not enough no's. But I don't know, Salah. I don't know if you're going to figure it out. I don't know if something's going to happen. Chantal comes online and she wants everybody to care about every single thing that's wrong with her. At the same time, she doesn't care because she's on this path and she won't get off of it. She wants all of us to care for her. At the same time, she doesn't care about herself, to the point where even when YouTube is saying you can't do this kind of content anymore, she insists upon it. She tries to find ways around the rules to continue rather than stop. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have sympathy for Chantal. I can't. Even without the YouTube terms of service, she knows she shouldn't be doing this, and yet she does it anyway. How can I feel sympathy for someone that is hurting themselves and they refuse to stop? She can't even claim ignorance of, I didn't know I was hurting myself. I had no idea. She does have an idea. She just doesn't care. And so if you don't care, Chantal, I'm sorry, but I can't care. I can't give sympathy. I can't give pity. I'll save that for things and people that deserve it. You obviously don't. Because if I did give you sympathy and pity, it would be wasted. Pearls before swine, that sort of thing. But anyway, that's my video, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Would love to hear from you. Everybody take care and have a wonderful day.